Luke, I've got something that's otherwise boring, mundane.
Intrigued.
Another one of those things where you're like, yeah, how sexy can you talk about this thing? How much can you really get into this? It's just what is it? How big is it? How does it work? And is it worth the money?
Okay.
I'm going to talk to you about a portable charger.
Great.
Not the kind you plug into a wall.
Okay.
This is the kind that you keep in your bag so that when you're out and you realize, oh, I actually don't think I'm going to make it through the night.
Right.
Hand me that charger.
Yeah.
Because I need to power up a little bit more because I've been irresponsible.
Yeah. I need to stay on the go, but I also need to plug in.
Yeah.
So what do I do?
So you might want to consider a Monoprice compact power bank.
Nice.
We've been sent the 20,000 milliamp hour portable power bank.
20,000 is a lot.
20,000 is a lot, and you'd be surprised at how small and compact this is. It's in the name, compact.
Yeah.
It actually is pretty compact.
Nice.
You compare that to some others that we've seen from other brands.
Yeah.
It is a much smaller footprint.
Yeah.
It has 20 watt charge and quick charge 3.0 compliant.
Cool.
And it has 2 USB-A ports on the end of it, and there's a USB-C port on the end of it.
Okay.
And then on the side, there is a micro USB port.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Still lets you hold on to some of that old stuff.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's kind of refreshing, actually, because some of those devices, we're still kind of in that window where micro USB is still there for some devices.
So that's
nice
going to be
a charger.
The micro would be for charging it, but you can also use the USB-C for charging it.
Okay, great.
So if you have, like we talked about, other cables that you've been holding onto, you can use one of those cables to charge this guy up. You may not get the speed of going in with the C, but for your output, you've got 3.
Okay.
What I also like about this, there's an LED, there's a digital display as you're holding this thing. If you were to kind of hold it like a phone, this would be at the top center where that front-facing camera normally sits.
Yeah.
So you're going to see like a nice, decent-sized screen that gives you a percentage of what's left in that charger.
Nice.
Which is always nice if you're splitting that up or getting ready to plug in. You realize, oh, I've still got 14%. That's 14% of 20,000 is a pretty decent amount.
Yeah.
When you think about a modern phone, some of those are going to be 4,000 to 5,000 milliamp.
Right.
So carrying this thing around or having it in your glove box, your backpack, it's like having 4 extra charges for your phone.
I love that.
Maybe more, depending on how old your phone is.
And so this is the compact version. How big is it?
So it's not much bigger than like the palm of your hand.
Oh, wow.
It's like holding a husky phone.
Yeah.
Like just a chubby little thing.
Like a Motorola Pebble.
Yeah.
That got stung by a bee.
Yeah, it just kind of feels like this, like, it's like a thick, almost like a rectangular puck.
Okay.
So it's got a nice little texture, like these grooves along it, that you can feel. But it's just, again, when you talk about these, that's just about the extent of what I could say about this thing.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, if this is one of those things where everybody has a charger. You go to the park and you see people walking around with them. They've got their phone plugged in, or you're at a restaurant. There's so many brands to choose from.
Yeah.
I would say, for this one, Monoprice, I would say recommend this one.
Yeah, Monoprice is, they
have a ton of things.
They do. Yeah, they are in a lot of things. And so even if you have a travel charger already, a battery backup, 20,000 milliamp?
20,000, and speed-wise, too. This is going to give you about 20 to 22 watt charging.
Yeah.
So it's like a quick charge 3.
Yeah.
Which is, for a lot of people, they may not know what that means. It's a pretty quick charge.
Yep.
It's not that lightning fast that you're going to get maybe from the wall.
Sure.
But it's a lot faster out in the real world than you might have gotten 2 years ago.
Yeah, definitely.
From one.
Well, and then, for the price, maybe it's time to upgrade. Maybe it's time to just get a new one, because the technology, the thing about, this stuff in this kind of sphere, it just gets cheaper and better usually.
And you might have a 20,000 that you have been using for a while. I bet you this one's smaller, and I bet you this one charges your stuff faster.
Right.
So for about $30, it might be time to take a look at a new one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, $30 is like, that's great. Those easily at 20,000 used to be $50 easy.
100, some of them.
Yeah,
depending on how far back. If you're an early adopter, that type of stuff,
right,
you could have really spent some money for it. But yeah, Monoprice Compact power bank, and then they also have a 10,000 milliamp, which is like $5 less. Mm-hmm. It just comes in thinner.
Okay.
General, footprint. It's half the capacity.
Yep.
But if you're not super concerned with it, $5 more, this thing ain't going to take up that much more space in your bag or even your front pocket.
Yeah.
To be honest. So, Monoprice, check them out.
Nice.
All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast.
Thanks for listening.
We appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, feedback, concerns, comments, anything, shoot us an email at podcast@AndroidGuys.com. We'd love to hear from you one way or the other. Luke, if someone wants to get a hold of you, how do they do that?
I am on Instagram and Twitter at Luke Gaul, Gaul.
And I'm on Instagram at Scott Webster and Twitter as SWebster77. Until next time, thanks for listening.
See ya.